Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm watching Chinese moon robots by HLC, so let's get right into it.
Hey, you guys see that news article that says Russia's planning on using deniable tactics against NATO allies to just kind of probe our responses?
Oh.
That is just Western fear-mongering. I not do anything like that. Why?
Oh, you've done it before.
Here in Mother Russia, we go big. We don't go home. Yeah, your death
You've
toll
lost
is pretty
the
big
war
over here.
already.
You should go home, but unfortunately...
We refer to those types of Russians as the untrainable functional retarded.
Whoa, wait. I didn't even read that thing. And Buff, are you taking over my newsfeed?
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I could be a great news anchor. Black people. Pattern recognition, or are they actually tied to violent crime? More at 6.
He gets away with so much more than anybody else. Somebody
Jesus.
at YouTube loves me. And I know everyone at Pepperbox does. So, no, wait. So, I didn't read the article. Why would Russia be doing this? The short answer is I wouldn't. I have no
You would.
fight with you at the moment. Well, isn't that something? Because...
Yeah, I've seen some articles about that, but look, it's... the most Russia is going to do is fly a drone or a single missile into NATO territory. They've done it before. Nothing new. If Russia actually does any kind of attack, it's Article 5 time, and yeah, it's not going to end well for Russia. Kaliningrad and Belarus would definitely become part of the free world because they would be taken away from Russia, that's for damn sure. But yeah, no point talking about it because it's never going to happen anyway. The Russians may be stupid, but even they're not this dumb.
I have a fight with you, Korva.
Nah, it's more of an op-ed, really. They say that the people who were caught in Germany with the drone and stuff...
Yeah, that did
they were about
happen.
to get on a plane. They said they had ties back to Russia, and that Russia was going to start using deniable tactics. You know, cyber attacks or a bunch of ununiformed
They've
individuals
already
with
been doing
drones
that
and just
for the last
start hitting NATO.
God
And
knows how long.
The reason is because they somehow want NATO as part of the conflict in Ukraine.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know they had 30,000 casualties plus last month. That's...
Wasn't it 40,000? Yeah, no, it's over 42,000. Not over 30,000. Listen, I've seen enough videos from Ukraine, from the shit that's happening over there, to believe these kinds of numbers. Like, 42,000 in a month? Absolutely believable.
That's more than Iraq and Afghanistan combined in 20 years.
Wow.
Are they stupid? No,
Yes.
that's why it's made up. It is not real information.
The videos
Russia,
say otherwise.
You've done some things that are pretty stupid. They're just really stupid. And let's just breeze over.
I mean, just over the last month in July, because I watch a lot of stuff from Ukraine. Just in July alone, I've watched at least probably close to 1,000 videos where drones just annihilate Russians. You know, the small FPV drones, that stuff. Wow, that's actually really crazy to think about. In July alone, I watched at least 1,000 people get killed. And I've watched the recordings of all of them. No wonder I'm so desensitized to death at this point.
The fact that I have the RCS of a fucking pole barn and I sneak into your mom's room almost every night.
You shut up your mouth, you stupid fucking plane. 30,000? My God, Russia. Those numbers
How
are
is this
published
news
by
to you?
Ukraine. They are not factual. We have had some casualties, but we are still everything according to plan in the special military operation. I'm just
Everything is
genuinely
going according to
surprised that
plan.
losing that amount of troops from the front line, which also they haven't been able to, this is the third month in a row, they haven't been able to recruit to offset the losses.
They've
on the front
lost
line
more than they've
for
recruited.
replacements. That's just an important
That's a
little
big deal.
mathematical formula. But I'm really surprised that you're still an all-volunteer force.
Whoa. Let's be clear here. A lot of those people are not volunteers.
Because ethnic Russians are brave and they are willing to help rebuild the the Russian Federation the way that it should.
Yeah. Volunteer. Put that shit in fucking quotes. It's a lot like, hey, do you want to spend the rest of your time in our prison called Black Dolphin above the Arctic
Yup.
Circle, or would you like to go to Ukraine and fight for Russian freedom? Anyways, catch a drone, fuck.
There's no such thing as
In
volunteer.
other news, it appears that Colombia down there in South America has elected a uber-conservative new president. That is true. The nation of Colombia will now be...
From what I know, the uber-conservative president in Colombia wants to wage war on all the gangs, the ones that produce drugs and shit. At least that's what I've heard. So damn, looks like this uber-conservative guy is actually a pretty good guy.
going to war with the cartels.
That's a good thing.
We'll root them out here in the nation of Colombia, and we will regain our independence as a beautiful, tourist, and safe nation.
Conservative. And you say against drugs.
Trump's gonna love him.
Do you want $1 billion there, Colombia?
Wait, what
Yeah.
the fuck? You've been forgotten. No, dude.
Nah.
That Colombian Bam Bam's gonna get so...
I'm sorry that I'm pausing so much. Despite how bad relations have been between Trump and Ukraine, they've gotten a lot better. And on top of that, despite all of it, the US is still sharing intelligence data with Ukraine, has been all of this time. So, yeah, no, Ukraine hasn't been forgotten by the US.
So expensive now.
Seriously, we never fucking learn.
Everyone relax, okay? It's in my hemisphere. I have a vested interest in them taking care of their drug problem so they don't end up here. Why wouldn't I
that
want
is
to just
fair.
help fund that? What? Don't end up here. Why wouldn't I want to just help fund that? Why do I feel like everything your current administration is doing is trying to control both North and South America?
Have you not heard of two things
Because
that
that's
every
what the
American
US has
loves?
kind of always been trying to
Oil
do.
and thick Latinas?
Control the
You know,
world.
say what you want about the guy, but fucking nail on the head.
Everyone on every continent, in every country, should have security and freedom. Ah, yes, freedom, like the father in San Francisco who was taking his 2 children and teaching them how to play tennis, and then he was questioned by park rangers because he didn't have a permit to teach his own children.
What? Okay, that
Oh,
is...
yes, that's freedom, of course.
If that's true, then that's actually stupid.
Are you really clapping back at us with California? Arguably,
Oh, wait,
the
California.
least free
Never mind.
state in my
Yeah, never
union?
mind. I take it back.
Well, Uncle
Makes
Sam,
sense.
Like, we believe in freedom of expression
Ugh,
and freedom of
I can't.
choice.
I can't,
and freedom
man.
for, like, look, if you want to be a member of the LGBTQIA++, 7, 9, or 4, 6, 8, that's a big fucking acronym now, then you...
I can't even tell if it's
should be able
satire
to-
anymore, because...
Oh, freedom. Yeah. That's why you can't modify your cars there. You have California compliant emissions on every vehicle that has ever been made since 2000. Seriously, read a maintenance manual. There's 2 versions of almost every vehicle
I don't know
that's California
about any of
compliant
this,
and
so-
everybody else's. That's a real
Yeah,
thing.
I don't...
Also, any high capacity magazines, which is wild to me that you could even regulate that because that is 100% a direct infringement on the Second Amendment. Firearms companies make California compliant weaponry. Oh, and you also just banned bear mace from all of your
I don't even know what that
national
is.
or state parks. So not only can you not have a firearm there
Oh, it's a bear spray.
to protect yourself from bears, you can't even have bear mace sitting in your car if you're walking and hiking out there. That's a real thing. Look, you're out
Does
there in
bear
those
spray
bears'
actually
natural
work?
habitat. They should have the freedom to hunt and eat you if they want. It's like arguing with gay Russia.
Oh shit, a new joke just dropped. California's gay Russia.
Gay and
Poland
Russia
is
don't
little
go together.
European Texas, and now Cali is gay Russia. That dropped. California's gay Russia. Poland is little European Texas, and now Cali is gay Russia. That's fucking lore now.
I don't know why you're talking shit, Buff. Your next upgrade has gone way over budget.
If you want something good,
Isn't
it ain't
that
gonna
like
be cheap. If you
everything
want
military
something cheap, it
related
ain't
in the
gonna be
US?
good.
It's all over budget.
Probably gonna be Russian. Perfection ain't cheap, fucker.
Yeah, dude. If you're broke, like someone sent me this article. It's actually too funny not to talk about. Apparently, in the United States, people on the low end of literacy, barely high school graduates, earn more than college graduates in the United Kingdom. Let that sink in. You can be functionally...
This is the point where I just have to come in and talk. See, this is something you need to look at a bit more than just taking it at face value, because this doesn't take into account the cost of living. If someone in the US, say, makes $60,000 a year, but they're barely scraping by because of how much everything costs. Meanwhile, here in Poland, I could be making $30,000 a year and living just fine, and even pocketing some money at the end of the year because I have more than I need. So just the amount of money you make means literally nothing. Unless we're talking about hundreds of thousands or millions, then yes. But if we're not talking about such high amounts, then it means nothing. Because the amount of money you make, it's a meaningless statistic unless you take into account the cost of living in the area you live in and work in. So yeah, this again means nothing.
Retarded in the United States and make more money than if you had a fucking master's degree in the United Kingdom. Holy shit. Well, it's more complex than that. We just don't have enough of the jobs for individuals who have that level of higher education. And we lack the...
Oh, this... Jesus Christ, I am pausing so much. But yeah, this is another thing I have to mention. See, I recently tried to get into university. I didn't make it, not because I wasn't able to get in, but because I made a small error in the documentation which I delivered. Really fucking pissed me off because I could have made it in. I had enough to get accepted into the school. I had enough points, like my grades were good enough for that. But I made a mistake. I made an error in the documentation which I delivered. And because of that, I didn't get accepted. So yeah, that sucks. It's painful. Because I have to wait another year to apply again. But hey, next year I'll be going to university at least. I'm going into psychology, that direction. And I would actually have to pay for this. The school I wanted to go to had 150 seats, which is just completely free. You don't pay at all for the 5 years of education you get. And they had an extra 95 seats, lessons that are only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. But for those ones, you actually have to pay money. You know, like how in the US, you have to pay. People take student loans. Here in Poland, that's just completely ridiculous. Paying for school? Never heard of that. But for those 95 seats, you actually have to pay. Now, I wasn't able to make it into the 150, which you don't pay anything at all. But I could have made it into the 95 seats, which you do have to pay for. For the hell of it, I decided to check the prices. Okay, so this is an AI overview, so I don't know how accurate this is. But according to this, a master's degree... Oh, wait, what? 4 years and then 2 years? Okay, this is kind of confusing now. Okay, anyway, the costs are ridiculous. Tens of thousands of dollars. Fucking insane. Here in Poland, to get a degree, a master's degree in psychology, I have to go to school for 5 years. And do you want to know what the total cost of it was? It was 36,000 Polish zloty, which at current exchange rates is not even a full $10,000. Wait, a standard bachelor's degree takes this much? See, this is another thing that I'm confused about. What the hell is the difference between a bachelor's and a master's degree? Whatever. Anyway, here in Poland, I could get it completely for free. Or if I did decide to go for the paid option, which I would have to go for, I'm paying less than $10,000 over the course of 5 years. Like, that's nothing. Right now, I have 1 year before I can apply again. In this 1 year, 12 months, I can find a job, go to work for those 12 months. I can easily make 5,000 Polish zloty every single month. So altogether, that gives me 60,000 Polish zloty. Even if you take away the taxes, I'm still looking at, what, probably 50,000. No, wait, I'm completely wrong. The first 30,000 is tax-free, yeah, so I'm looking at around... Yeah, I'm looking at a little over 55,000 Polish zloty from 1 year of work. For 5 years of college here in Poland, I only need 36,000 from that. So I can still have almost 20,000 left over to do whatever the hell I want with. Meanwhile, in the US, I would have to take loans to be able to pay for this shit. Like, how insane is that? You have to pay for education. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get back to the video.
Technical and vocational, qualifications to fill the other slots.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the number of Muhammads that end up on your shores. Israel, I got a good deal. It's probably the best
Yeah,
deal
I'm pretty
that's
sure
ever happened.
Israel
I've
was
convinced
rejected
Hamas
this
to
deal.
disarm and allow free elections in Gaza. I just need you to look at this 15-point peace plan, and I think that we'll all just go forward, and I will continue to go down.
Yeah,
as
Israel said
probably
no.
the greatest president who ever lived. Has everyone seen my MRI? The doctor said it was the best one he's ever seen.
We have rejected
What?
the peace plan. We will not pull our troops from Gaza until they relinquish all their weapons. That must happen first.
That is completely fair. Israel deciding that they will only pull troops out of Gaza after Hamas has been fully disarmed? There's nothing wrong with that. That is perfectly respectable.
Oh, for crying out loud. This is why people need to study Middle Eastern history.
I vote we just digitally turn off the lights. No signal in or out of that part of the world, and we come back in like 3 or 4 years and see whoever's left. And that's who we decide to be
Oh,
friends
it would
with.
take more
Let
than
'em just
3 or
fucking
4
kill each
years.
other.
It would take a couple
These
decades.
terms are acceptable.
That's because you know you'd win, okay? Stop it, Buff.
What? Don't get mad at me. Just because for the last, 70, 80 years, one side's been clipping coins and building cool weapons and the other's been fucking goats and shitting in the street.
Is there a demographic you're not going to offend today?
Oh, he's offended
I guess
pretty
I
much
haven't really
everyone.
gone after white people. I did
Ah,
learn
that's
a new
true.
white slur. It's like my new favorite, alabaster disaster. Oh, we're gonna use.
I
that
don't
in a
even know
video.
what the hell that's
I guess
supposed
I
to
kinda
mean.
just did.
America.
What the fuck is an
shit, I haven't
alabaster?
pissed off Asians, although they're like the S tier for racism. Anyways, America can't come to the phone right now. If you'd like to leave a message, there's CCWT, which is the Chinese Communist West Taiwan. That's fucking great. Anyways, what do you want?
I just wanted to remind America that I've gone so far when it comes to robot technology that once we establish our lunar base, I will use robot dogs to scan the surrounding topography and also look for precious minerals.
Robot dogs.
I
Okay.
can't use real ones because,
Because they won't survive the surface of the moon?
No, because
I
they'll
was gonna
eat them.
say that, they would eat all of them, but I guess your
Yeah.
answer's good too.
What I want to reiterate is that my robot technology
Oh,
is
there's
getting
the
to a point
racism
where they
against
will
Asians.
eventually be able to carry firearms and use weapons, maybe even directed energy while on the moon. So I could establish dominance quickly.
Okay.
Just give me some silicone to seal my cockpit a little better and some ion engines. Those dogs ain't gonna make it. The Burt in space.
I don't think it's gonna
Dump it.
work.
Way ahead of you, boss man. Mainly, we just got to worry about recoil.
Actually, how effective would bullets be in space? No, yeah, there's nothing to slow them down. They would just keep traveling forever. Well, until they eventually hit something.
Although, if we aim them at the right direction, we might be able to use the recoil to return the craft to Earth. And then we just got to worry about thermal shielding coming through the atmosphere. We'll work
yeah.
on it. Everyone in the region needs to be aware that myself, Turkey, and the nation of
Yeah, I heard of this too.
the fuck is it? Pakistan.
Pakistan.
I forgot who we all signed with. Anyways, we have signed a defensive pact with one another. And we will make sure that if any one of us is attacked, all of us have been attacked.
Oh, I didn't realize it went
So
that
it is
far.
very similar to the NATO Article 5. Oh, this is hilarious. I love every part of this. Why, do you just see
Wait, so
another
what
way
if
for you to
Iran
meddle
bombs
in
Saudi Arabia
Middle Eastern
again?
Problems that should be handled by ethnic Muslims.
You weren't even a fucking Muslim nation until 1979, you fucking dipshit.
That's factually accurate. Just like when people say Palestine's been there for 1,000 years, but they didn't elect their
Yeah,
first president
no.
until like the 1990s. He's either 94 or
Exactly.
96. Anyways, what's great about this? This is hilarious. Saudi is now part of this little trifecta of their own version of Article 5, which is great. Iran has been bombing the shit out of Saudi, which is going to get Turkey
So have the
involved.
Houthis.
And Turkey has the second largest standing army in NATO. Granted, we don't trust them a whole lot, but still. And their
That's
equipment is
true.
dog shit.
Turkey,
Just a lot of people.
not that trustworthy.
But then if Iran retaliates against Turkey, that triggers NATO Article 5.
Plus
Oh, I
the
need to start making
Saudis and
alliances.
Pakistan.
So now, circumstantially, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan have the ability to pull NATO in for Article 5.
Oh, fuck.
What? Everyone wanted to change
That's
the
actually-
pace. They were
Oh.
like, Israel always gets us involved in wars. Now the Muslims can do it too.
America, the nation of Japan,
I say let them kill
has
each other.
finished
testing and will now move into fielding our new Kawasaki SSM, also known as the Naval Defense Missile, here in Japan. This is terrible news for Chinese boats.
It will change nothing. It is a cruise missile. It's not even hypersonic.
You and Russia both caught up on that hypersonic thing. Oh, I can't wait for you to get a hold of the term
that's annoying.
hypervelocity, which I just tested one of my 155 millimeters with a hypervelocity shell. Another video for another time. I don't really know much about it.
Oh,
But
come on!
This cruise missile,
okay, not much
time for my
information.
missiletism to take over. It's actually quite interesting. So cruise missiles, by and large, fly within the atmosphere. They fly kind of a lower profile. They use mass terrain and the curvature of the Earth to hide their approach. So they don't necessarily go as fast because the air is thicker, and then you have to worry about thermal shielding and all sorts of other stuff. This thing has an estimated range over 1,500 miles, which puts Taiwan and West Taiwan well within striking range. It can either be air-launched
absolutely,
or ground-launched. Now, some of the cool features of it, when it's ground-launched, is it has a rocket motor that pulls it up, and then it has a turbofan that kicks on, switches over to regular fuel, and then the rocket engine falls off, and then it just cruises the whole way in there. But in its terminal phase, which is like right before it impacts, it does something kind of interesting, and I gotta tread very, very lightly here.
Does it turn into Godzilla? I bet it turns into Godzilla.
No, kids. See, cruise missiles by definition have lateral surfaces which produce lift because they need that lift because of their flight profile. It's more flat and low rather than arcing like a ballistic trajectory. What's interesting about this this missile that I really haven't seen anywhere else before, now it's common for missiles to use evasive maneuvers to avoid air defense systems. It's very, very common. But this specific one I haven't really heard of, and on the aerodynamic part of it, I don't know exactly what it's going to change, but ultimately, as it hits its terminal phase, it flips over upside down, does almost a barrel roll, and then nosedives, kind of similar to old bombers would do back in the day in like World War II. They'd be flying along, they basically flip upside down and then dive in on their target. Cruise missiles in general are kind of difficult to predict where they plan on impacting because they don't really have a large arch, but this could potentially make it dive faster and straighter and could be harder to hit.
Impressive. You have
I've seen a Russian I think it was a Panzer system, which missed a Ukrainian drone 3 times, and that was very recent. How do you miss a drone 3 times? And I'm pretty sure that Chinese air defense systems are probably very similar to Russian ones because I think there's a good amount of cooperation between those two countries. So I wouldn't be too worried about their air defense. They're not gonna be very good.
done your unclassified work.
Missiles are my thing, homie.
And Russia's mom is mine.
Now, let me be clear. You may have seen some of my other videos where I talk about maneuverability, and you just really have to know where it's going to hit. And that is important. And why does maneuvering slower differ from maneuvering faster, like at hypersonic speeds? Well, hypersonic maneuverability is dictated by the strength of the materials it's made out of. It can only turn so hard, and it's easy to predict where it's going to go. When you're moving
That's
slower,
true.
it's a lot harder to make that prediction. Now, it's not unheard of for missiles to do lateral acceleration, do different flippity-doodahs and all sorts of stuff. It's very, very common in a lot of missiles, but I will be honest with you,
I'm not
this
an
is
expert
the first
on this
time
kind
I've
of
ever
stuff.
heard of a missile doing a barrel roll, and I have no idea what that will mean to potentially intercepting systems.
I mean, I could do barrel rolls too, but my kind of idea is if they saw me, they weren't the target.
Yeah.
I like mine. Download and destroy.
When you gonna download a personality, you fucking goober?
Hey, America,
Damn.
heads up, there's some of those fires there crossing over the border.
What? Somebody call ICE, man. These fires are going to cross over, these Canadian fires. They're going to steal our women, destroy our houses.
I don't think ICE is going to help you with this one.
Canadian fires are not welcome here.
No, Buff. Fires on your side are crossing over here into the Great White North. You guys need to get a handle on things. I got enough things burning up here.
Ow. Well, in that case, I'll change my tune. Socialism has ruined your entire fucking country, and Americans are coming up there. We'll start with Alberta, and then we'll move on to the rest of the queer-ass places.
Ignore him. Canada, we'll work together. We'll figure this out. I'll send some stuff up there. You send some down here. We'll just try and get a hold of this, man. This fire season is really bad. It's been an incredibly dry year for most of my country and most of yours.
Same
Minus
thing
Texas.
here in
It's been
Poland.
pretty wet down there. But we'll get a
Hot as
handle on
hell.
this, man.
Barely any
And this
rain.
winter's probably
At least
gonna be
where I
rough.
live.
This is like one of the worst El Ninos on record. This is worse than the one that was in like 1870.
Hey,
Oh,
nerd,
shit.
El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
Because you had
How are
the
we
L
from
in
the
front
same
of it.
manufacturer?
Yeah, things in the Middle East seem to have kind of calmed down, which is interesting. Makes me wonder when it's all gonna go to shit again, because it's definitely gonna happen soon. All I've seen recently is Trump making demands of Iran, which Iran will never agree to, and Iran making demands of the US, which the US will never agree to. So yeah, this conflict is far from over, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. If you want to see more reactions, check out this video right here. And with that, I hope I'll see you in the next video.